My name is Masato Akiho. I'm from Japan. This is my first time America, and it's my first Berkeley Summit. And thank you for inviting me to this lightning talk. It's nice to meet you all. Uh, this is my first time giving a presentation in English. So, thank you so much. Woo! Thank you. Thanks so much. So please be kind. Thank you. Yes. Here's what I'll talk about today. There are three main things. First, problems when studying AI. Second, app I made. Third, the future of VPL, Visual Program Language, like Scratch and Broccoli. Yeah. And in this presentation, I'll talk not just about the app I made, but also share some wider thoughts about what VPLs will be like in the future. The app I made helps kids learn about how AI works in a way that's easy to understand. I'll talk more about the details later, but this is what the screen looks like. This app. It's just yes. Let me introduce myself a little. I'm Masato Akiho. I came to Seattle on the same plane as So Tokumaru. Yeah, thank you. I just turned 20 years old a few weeks ago. I'm a Fullstack programmer, and I've loved using Scratch for over 8 years. And it's my hobby to make VPLs, Visual Program Language, from scratch without using any libraries. Of course, I like Broccoli too. Oh. With Scratch, I made to code things like neural networks, genetic algorithms, and even an RPG engine. Yeah. I really love Broccoli. I love them so much that I even started making my own VPL. Like this. I'm trying to create a brand new one, but it's tough. Sometimes the blocks in my VPL get stuck and stretch out forever. And yeah, this is if block. Not stopping. Forever stretch. Yeah, which is a bug I'm working on. Yeah. What's awesome about Broccoli is how easy it is to make a VPL. You can set one up and start building up super fast with just a few lines of code. Plus, Broccoli has a really cool and easy to use design. This helps lots of people learn and try out different things. That's why I started wondering if I could use Broccoli to help me learn about AI. My topic today is about solving problems when you are learning about AI. I think there are two main challenges for beginners who want to study AI. The first problem is math, and the second is program. When people start learning about AI, 70% give up because of the math. The other 30% quit because of the programming. Now, I talk about the math used in AI. As you can see on the slide, you need college level math. When I first got interested in AI, I was in high school. So I remember it felt really hard. Yeah, there are many ideas like matrix and partial derivative, and sometimes you even have to do this calculation by hand. The second problem is programming. For those of you who are programmers here, this might seem easy, but for kids and people new to programming, it's often hard. First, typing can be difficult. Also, using special tools like PyTorch, which is a programming framework, can be tough to learn at first. So I started thinking, can I make an app that helps people learn how AI works using a visual program language? For example, there are many kids who can't write code in Python or JavaScript, but they make amazing games and projects with Scratch. even better than some adults. Getting a hint from that, I use Broccoli to create a visual programming language to help people learn about how AI works. There are already visual programming language for making AI, so I thought of something new, combining Broccoli with a 3D animation library like Manimu. I decided to try making something that mixes 3D animation library that I built myself with about 10,000 lines of code with something like Scratch. Here's what the actual app looks like. On the left side, you can see Broccoli, and on the right, my own animation engines displayed. You can freely move and interact with the 3D graph in this example. It shows how AI learns and lower its error rate over time. When you click the Learn button, a ball moves at first. It doesn't go down correctly. Yeah. Yes, Learn button. Yes. When you click, but if you make a parameter called the learning rate a smaller number, it starts to move correctly. Yes. Sorry, thank you. This is the app I built. This video is very simple, but it's a basic demo that shows how effective this app can be for learning how AI works. Now I want to talk about something a little technical. In this demo, when you change a number, that new value updates in the animation engine right away. I'm going to show you how I made that happen. First, the front end is made with Next.js, which means it uses React.js. My own animation engines and Broccoli are separate parts. We call this component. So I had to figure out how to share information between them. In React, there are many good ways to manage this state or information, and lots of different tools like Recoil or Jotai. They are good choices. But for this project, I decided to use JavaScript global window object to send and receive values. The reason is that my animation engine doesn't use React. It's built with pure TypeScript and 3JS. This makes it hard for it to work directly with React state system. Next, I want to talk about how I get values from the arguments of Broccoli blocks. Usually, people just run the JavaScript code that Broccoli creates directly. But for this project, I want to connect my own animation engine and a special program called a VM virtual machine in a flexible way. So I used the API called getFieldValue. As you can see in the picture, I can use an ID given to an argument to grab its value from TypeScript, and this helped me keep the design clean and easy to manage. That's all for the technical stuff. To finish, I want to share my thoughts on what future of visual programming language might look like, coming from someone like me who built them from scratch. I believe that all app coding experience in the world will slowly moving towards VPS. The world is shifting to VPL. It's me. It's me. Comment. I want to show you some specific apps and services that prove this. For example, in Japan, there's a popular app called DeFi. Do you know DeFi? Oh, it lets you easily create app using LLM just by using flowcharts. There's also an app called Visual Blocks where you can do experiments with machine learnings. In-game programming, Unreal Engine blueprints and Microsoft Make code are really famous. If you ever try making a game with Unreal Engine, you'll see how easy it is because you can see how everything works together. Based on this service and my experience, expression, I've been thinking about how VPLs will grow in the future. If you map out text-based coding and VPLs, you can see an interesting relationship. The vertical lines show UX, user experience, which means how easy something is to read or write. The horizontal line shows UI, which text or VPL. Now, I've been thinking about how VPLs can become even more useful in the future, or in other words, how they can create innovation. There's certain way people think about how text-based language and VPLs relate right now. Do you see it? Text programming language are good for both reading and writing code. They are actually great for things like Git, which helps you see changes in code. On the other hand, VPLs tend to focus more writing programs, and they get a lot of critics for it. In Japan, it comes up Twitter a few times a year. People mostly say negative things about VPL. They complain that VPL don't have future like auto-completion compared to something like TypeScript, or that they are bad tracking changes, or that they lack type system. But that's thinking bias. As this graph shows, we are trying to make VPLs only good for writing. We can break the bias and create innovation by changing that idea. We can break this thinking bias just like the graph shows. This means that creating a VPL that's great for reading code could lead to innovation. Lately, AI has been writing a lot of code, which makes it harder to read and understand. VPLs might be able to help solve this problem. For kids, VPLs are better than text-based programming for understanding how programs are built and how algorithms work. In fact, at this Progress Summit, I felt like many products were focused on being good for reading. The important thing is not to fight against text language. Instead, we should use the good parts of both and help each other with their weak points. Finally, I want to wrap things up with a summary. I have 3 main points. First, I made an app that helps you learn about how AI works in a way that's easy to understand. Second, the world is slowly moving towards VPLs. Third, we should try using VPLs for reading code. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you for very much. Thanks so much.